Welcome to another video. Welcome to another video. This is Value Tech Sense, where I show you how to get the best tech for less. And in my last video, I did a video on why you should not use full color 444 on your PS5 and your Vizio P-Series Quantum X, or any Vizio TV you have for that matter. I did an entire video of why you should turn full color 444 off. But in this video, I'm gonna show you why you should turn it on. All right, why you should turn it on. Now, if you look at the footage that's playing right now, everything that you're watching is full color 444, 10-bit color, full color 444 HDR on the PS5 and the Vizio P-Series Quantum X. I mean, it just looks amazing. All right. And shout out to the dopest comment section on YouTube. All right. If you didn't see my last video, I will leave a link in the description. But basically, I shouted out my man Blah Blah, right, who was giving me tips, giving me his hints. We've been doing this for a long time, and he was basically telling me why I should use 444. He was saying, yo, man, you shooting yourself in the foot. You need to see this, right? Every time I turned it on, it just wasn't doing it for me. But he sent me images, everything. So I went back to it, put on the 444, made some adjustments, and this is what you're watching right now. Full color 444 HDR10 on the PS5, and it is absolutely amazing. I mean, amazing. This TV just gets better and better and better and better. I mean, it is straight goated at this point, man. Straight goated. I have never seen games on this TV look this way since I've had the TV. All right. Now, there's a lot of things with 444, like your color is disabled, your sharpness is disabled. All right, your tint is disabled. There's a lot of things disabled when it goes into full color 444, and basically all of the color and everything is being handled at the source. So whatever the game is supposed to look like, that's what you're looking at. All right, no added saturation, no added color, no added sharpness. Every pixel has color. All right, every single pixel has color, and there's such a variety of colors that, I mean, I just was not seeing before. All right, now 422 still has its place because there are some games that I do prefer 422 on, because I do like to add a little more saturation to some games. But if you look at the footage in the background, man, I have never ever on the PS5, all right, or the Xbox Series X. It works on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I have not seen games look more clean ever. All right, ever since I've been gaming on it. And that's what I do. I come up with settings, but man, shout out to my G's in the comment section. That's what I love about YouTube, man, because I can go on here, I can chop it up with people, all right? I can learn from y'all, and y'all can learn from me, and we could pass this on to everybody, all right? Never have I ever been so glad to be so wrong about something, all right? So in this video, guys, what I'm going to do is show you how to set this up, all right? How to set this up, how I set it up, all right? I'm going to show you how you can set it up to see the difference between the two, all right? So you can switch back and forth, and you can actually see the color differences and how much better it looks, all right? Everything you're watching is full color 444, 10-bit HDR on the PS5. And this also works on the Xbox Series X, all right? The thing about the PS5, it's capped at 32 gigs. The 2.1 HDMI is capped at 32. So this only works at 60 hertz. All right, it only works at 60 hertz. And I was having issues trying to get this to work and work properly. And then when you go to the Xbox Series X, because it caps out at 40 gigabits, you can do this at 120 hertz on the Xbox Series X, guys. You can play full color 444 HDR10, 10-bit HDR 120 hertz on the Xbox Series X. And it looks amazing. All right, there are some caveats to the Xbox Series X, and I'm basically making this video to show you guys how I set it up on the PS5. I'm also going to show you how I set it up on the Xbox Series X, so you can see the exact same things that I'm seeing. But on the Xbox Series X, there is a bug that needs to be addressed. All right, there were people on Reddit talking about that there was issues with the 444, and it was fixed for the PC guys, and the same issue that they were talking about, I'm actually seeing it on the Xbox Series X. I do not see it in every game, but it is there. But full color 444 works on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and in this video we are gonna get all the way into it. Yo, before we dive right in, man, before we switch over to the TV, man, this is for the new people that's here. All my OGs, everybody that's been rocking with me, y'all know how I get down. But if you're new here, man, if you want real information, if you want to watch videos with no egos and no weirdos, this is the difference, man. This is what YouTube needs to be. We basically got internet, right, where we have access to information, where we can literally go on the internet, share information. All right, there's so many people I probably would have never met in my real life that I could go on here and chop it up with about things that I enjoy and I love, and they could share their information with me. You feel me? And I could share it with y'all. I mean, this is what I love about YouTube, man. I don't know about these other guys, man, but man, this is my last video. You see this? Why you should turn off full color 444? It's right here, my G. Why you should turn it off. Now look at this. When I tell y'all I chop it up in the comment section, here's my man blah blah right here. You see this 10 replies? You see my man Chino 7 replies. I mean, literally, like, I know more than a lot of people. All right, I know more than a lot of people out here, man. That's why I'm on YouTube sharing my information. But I also know that I don't know more than a lot of people, right? And this is what I get right here. This is like a gift. You feel me? Look at this. Bam. This is how we chop it up, guys. I mean, literally, this is how we chop it up. Read more. I mean, look at this. Bam. So sometimes, like me personally, sometimes like when I click on YouTube videos, while the video is playing, I literally go to the comment section. You know what I mean? That was one of the dopest things about having a dislike button. So a lot of times you watch videos, you don't waste your time with videos. All right. Even though I would go to a video for information, sometimes you go in there, you look at the comment section just to see if anybody's actually used the information. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to create here on YouTube, man. When you go to my videos, you can go in the comment section. You're actually going to see dialogue. And all of this dialogue is going to help somebody. That's the point. That's the purpose. All right. All of this information, I always tell everybody that shares, I tell you guys, leave your comments because somebody's going to benefit from these conversations. And if you hit me with the dopeness, believe me, bro, I'm going to send it right back. All right. And let me tell you how dope my G blah blah is, right? He sent me images. Look at this. He sent me images, man. We're going straight into it. Vizio PQX, full color 444 comparison. This is with it off, guys. All right. This is a compressed image. There's color information that is missing here. All right. You got color information that's being duplicated to save on data. To save on data, guys. That's what 422 is for. All right. To save on data. Then you go down here. Look how much cleaner it is, guys. I'm talking about every single pixel has its own color information. That's what it looks like, guys, compared to this, right? You see how this looks? And compared to this, big difference, all right? And that's why, like, if there's text, because like on gaming consoles, on gaming systems, there's not a lot of text, guys. Everything's like big fonts. And when you're playing these big games, you really can't really see where you think you can't see a difference. But when you have full color 444, and this is something new to console, bro, look at the difference in color. Just look at this and look at this. And I'm about to show you this in real time. It makes that much of a difference. I'm talking about, I'm playing game with like foliage, like when you got grass and stuff like that. It literally is missing so much color information, man. Shout out to you, blah, blah, bro. You goated, you know what I mean? But this is what YouTube is about, man. This is what I'm used to. You know, when I used to go on forums and I used to I would be in forums, especially like with projectors and stuff like that with home theater. Dude, we got threads that's like 40 pages long because we all trying to learn, my G. It ain't about all this weird stuff on YouTube, man. I really wish everybody on here could just learn from each other and stop trying to act like everybody just know it all, because don't none of y'all know it all, G. You feel me? Don't nobody on YouTube know everything. And everybody that act like they know everything, they need to stop. All right? You just need to quit, bro. You don't know it all, man. Don't none of y'all know it all. And once people start humbling themselves, man, you can really get to the real information. Look at this leg right here. Look at this stripe on his leg. And look at this. Look how much more is lit. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to highlight this real quick. I told everybody on here, man, if you bring me some information and your information is valid, I will salute you, because that's what I do. All right, that's 100. This right here is amazing. Now let's switch over to the TV and get into it. All right, guys, we are on the PS5. All right, we're on the PS5. The first thing I want you to do, like I said, I want you to follow along. Do this with me, all right, so I can show you the differences. All right, but the first thing we're going to do is we need to go over to settings. All right, go over to settings, go down to screen and video. Resolution, that's automatic. 4K video transfer rate, leave that on automatic. Leave that on automatic. Leave that on automatic. Always leave this on automatic. Never take this off automatic. Always leave this on automatic. All right. HDR, got it on when supported. All right. Deep color output automatic. RGB range automatic. And enable 120 hertz output, I have that set to off. All right. This does not work with 120 hertz. It does work on the Xbox. It does not work on the PS5. All right. Most of your games are going to be 60 FPS anyway. But, you know, if you want to use full color 444 on the PS5, you have to do it in 60 hertz. On the Xbox Series X, you can do it with 120 hertz. All right. So anyway, once you have those set, let's go back out and go down to save data in game app settings and make sure on game presets you have it set to resolution mode. All right, do not put it on performance mode. If you're on performance mode, some games will automatically kick in that 120 hertz. Just leave this on resolution mode and you will be able to access the 444. All right, now I got some images saved on a USB drive. All right. Got some images saved. Basically, let's open this one up. On the left, you see 444. That's full color, 100% color information. All right. There are 8 different colors there. 8 different colors, 100% color information. All right. Usually when the TV goes into 422, now you're looking at half of that information, because colors are being duplicated. All right, they're being duplicated. So where you have 8 different separate colors in full color 444, in 422 you're looking at 4 different colors, and it's using the same information to give you the image. And in 420, man, just kill that. You're talking about 2 different colors, right, to save on data. All right, but usually when people talk about 444, and like I told y'all, I am not a PC gamer. I've been using MacBooks since 2012, had never had a reason to buy a monitor or any of that. I strictly game on consoles and I use my MacBooks for internet. But the consoles now support full color 444, where people will tell you that this usually is some kind of, so you can see text clear for PC. That's true, because if there's information missing and you're talking about text, like these texts that we're looking at, they're big fonts. But on a computer, you're talking about very small, very fine text. And if there's data missing, then those texts they're not gonna look as clean. All right, because the fonts are because they're so small. All right, but as far as games are concerned, all right, when you're looking at games and you're playing something in HDR and it's 422, right, you're really not seeing how much color is missing until you turn on the 444 and you realize how much information is missing. And I'm about to show you this in real time, guys. I got another image right here, right? I got this image off of ratings.com, all right? Off of ratings. Now, let me go into the picture. Let me go down to the inputs. I got full color 444 set to on. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to attempt to show you the difference, guys. All right? I'm going to show you the difference with these texts, and then I'm going to show you in game. All right? That the information that you're looking at is actually, the colors are being blended together, guys. Now I'm going to try to get this in focus so you can see this. I'm going to try my best. I am shooting this in 4K. I'm getting right up on the screen. Hopefully you can see this. But if you look right here, if you look at those letters, all right, if you look at those letters, the colors are blending together, all right. There's pixels there. I can see the pixels, and I can also see where the colors are bleeding, especially if you look at this K right here. I don't know how good this is going to show up. Let me try to brighten this up so you can see it. All right. I got this really bright so you can see at the end of that K, right, there's a bunch of red that's just bleeding off of it. Now let me turn full color 444 to on. I mean, it literally, there's no bleed, guys. No bleed whatsoever. All right, I'm going to turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Hopefully you can see that. Let me try to get closer. It might be out of focus. There it is. I got it in focus. All right, this is on. This is off. This is on. This is off. And I don't care what color it is. It could be the yellows. It can be the blues. You will see if you look at that, right? This is off. This is on. How it just, every pixel is clean. All right. So when you're looking at this, right? When you're looking at this, when you turn this on the Vizio, and you're saying, well, sharpness is disabled. Well, sharpness is at 0. Because there's no need for sharpness. There's no need for any artificial sharpness. There's no need for any artificial color. All of the color information, everything's being handled at the source. All right? And I didn't know that. So let's jump into a game, right? Let's jump into a game. I'm going to leave this on the screen. But let's just jump into a game, guys. And I'm going to show you guys this. All right? Let's go to Ratchet and Clank. And I'm going to show you guys this, all right? I got full color 444 set to on right now, guys. I'm going to zoom in on this. I want you to look at this right here. All right, let me try to brighten this up so you guys can see. But full color 444 is set to on right now. And it is so much color there that I didn't realize was not there. I'm going to turn it off. That's off. That's on. That's off. That's on. All right. I mean, so many games. Like, I have downloaded so many games just to see this on different games, right? And I actually just ordered one of those internal SSDs because I actually had to delete games just because I wanted to see this on different games. And on my Xbox Series X, I got even more games. But this is the difference, guys. This is off. This is on. This is off. And this is on. That's how much color information is missing. Where you go from 100% full color 444 to 50% 422. If you could see that piece right there in the middle of the camera, it looks jagged with it off. You turn it on, all those jagged lines are cleaned up. It's a clean line. You turn it off, the missing information is jagged. You turn it on, all that missing information is there, man. All right, that is the difference, guys. And the key to setting this up so you can see these differences, all right, let me back this up a bit. Let me show you how to set this up, guys, so you can actually see the difference yourself. All right. One thing about it is when you have this set to off, all right, when you have it set to off, you can go into your settings and you can change your color, you can change your tint, your sharpness, you can change, these things are the things that are turned off. So if you have this color turned up, right, and I can saturate the image, I can saturate it, right? I could really turn it up to get that saturation, right? When you have this turned up and I'm going back and forth, that's why it looks so washed out, because I actually made adjustments to the picture. So when I'm in 422 and I'm adding color to it, the reason I'm adding color to it is because at 50%, when you switch this to 50%, right, this is default. This is default color on the TV. Default. It's 50. All right. So let me turn this color all the way down to 0. All right, you see that? There's no color. Let me brighten this up for you guys. All right, I got this on black and white now. All right, I got the color on black and white. Let me go back down here to input settings and turn full color on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. So basically, when you're in 444, your color, your sharpness, and your tint is disabled. So no matter what you do to these settings, when you turn on full color 444, it's source led. There's nothing happening with these settings. So the only way you're gonna actually see the difference in this, I turned my sharpness down to 0 because it's at 0 in 444. This is at 0, and the color by default is 50%. All right, by default is 50%. So when you're playing an HDR game and it goes into 422, right? Usually when I'm playing games in HDR, I bump this up to around 65 because I'm trying to add some color, because it's not quite as colorful as I would like it to look. But if you want to see the differences, just bump this down to 50, all right? And that extra color that I'm looking for by going into the settings and trying to find that extra color, if I go into input settings and I turn this on, there's the color. Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. So for you to actually see the differences that this makes, all right, you have to go in here and make sure you have your color set to 50, tint 0, sharpness 0, all right? And you will actually be able to switch back and forth and see the difference that it makes, guys. And I'm going to do settings videos for all of the games, because basically what you have to do when you got full color 444 set up, it's less about doing settings on the TV and more about how you got it set up in game. All right, so when you got those in-game toggles and you got to go in there and mess with the HDR brightness and the contrast, and the saturation within the game, that's how you optimize the full color 444 for the TV. And I'm telling you guys, it is absolutely amazing. All right. So this is what it is. This is full color 444. Well, this is 422, and this is full color 444, and it looks amazing. All right. Now, I'm not going to get into any of my actual settings for the games. I'm just showing you how this works and how you can see the differences between them both to see what it actually does. And you are getting so much more color, so much more depth. You actually don't need sharpness when this is enabled. The games have never looked as clean. All right. So when you're adding sharpness and you're trying to get it to look sharp, that's because there's actually color information missing. So you're adding color, you're adding sharpness, trying to get that right look. But if you use full color 444, you can forget about it. All right. And I am going to start posting videos for every single game I have. I'm going to show y'all every game I have, full color 444, my settings, and how I got them set up. All right, we're going to get into all of that in another video. But now that I've shown you how to access this, how to do it on your PS5, let's switch over to the Xbox Series X, and I'm going to show you how to get it set up over there. All right, guys, we're on the Xbox Series X. We are on the Xbox Series X, and let me show you how to get this set up on the Xbox Series X, guys. All right, let's go over the settings. Let's go over the settings. We're going to go to TV and display options. You will see the Xbox Series X is set up to 4K 120 hertz. All right, 4K 120 hertz. This is where I was getting confused, why it took me a little while to make the video, because I was having issues getting this to work on the Xbox Series X the way it was working on the PS5. And what I discovered is, if I go into, let's go into the Vizio. All right, let me go down to input settings. You'll see I have full color 444 set to on. All right, I have it set to on. Now on the PS5, this only works at 60 hertz. It only works at 60 hertz. Now if I go in here on the Xbox Series X and I change this to 60 hertz, all right, I change this to 60 hertz. Keep refresh rate, yes. Change this to 60 hertz. If I go back in here, and I go back down to input settings, you will see that full color 444 is unavailable. All right, it is unavailable. All right, so I cannot turn it on unless I go over here to video fidelity and overscan, and I switch the color depth to 8-bit. So at 60 hertz, 8-bit, all right, 60 hertz, 8-bit, full color 444 is available on the Xbox Series X, which leads me to believe and think that playing in 60 hertz, it's acting like a 2.0. So it's basically capped at 18 gigabits. All right, because you cannot do 10-bit, which is going to give you that HDR color, right? You cannot do 10-bit at 60 hertz on the Xbox Series X. So to get around this, let's switch this back to 10-bit. All right. For you to get everything you're supposed to get out of the Xbox Series X, you have to run this bad boy in 120 hertz. All right. So let's switch this to 120 hertz. Now we're on 120 hertz. All right. And we go to video fidelity and overscan. I got it set to 10-bit. 4K, 10-bit, 120 hertz. We have full color 444 available on the Xbox Series X. And that's what you have to do to set it up. All right, so on the PS5, this only works at 60 hertz. On the Xbox Series X, this only works in 120 hertz if you want 10-bit color. So I would advise you to keep it at 120 hertz if you want to use full color 444 on the Xbox Series X. All right. So that's how you get it set up, guys. And if you want to see the differences, like I said, between switching them on and off, you have to make sure that when you turn this off, right? When you turn it off, your color is set to 50, tint 0, and sharpness, which I usually have on 25. With it set to off, turn this all the way down to 0 because it's on 0 anyway on the N444. And you can go in here and actually switch back and forth, guys, and see the difference. You can see the difference, guys, on your Xbox Series X, and you can see the difference on your PS5. All right, now I will be having videos. I'm going to be dropping video after video after video of how I got every game set up in 444. And there are some games that I prefer 422 on, just because there are certain games that I really appreciate having that control to add some extra saturation to a game to really make it pop more, to really get those quantum dots just going. All right, but for the most part, most of the games that I've been playing on, 444 just looks amazing. There are games on here that I did not, they don't even look the same. All right, I've been playing these games for so long, the way that I've been playing them. When I turned this on for the first time and saw these games and saw all of the color information that was not there, I was literally blown away. All right. So with that said, guys, that's the video. This is why you should turn on full color 444. You are going to be seeing color information that you have not seen on this TV, period. All right, this TV is just, it gets better and better. I learn more and more about this TV the more I use it. All right, so I'm going to continue to drop videos on this TV, why you got the right TV, and why it is still one of the dopest, best gaming TVs out there. All right, shout out to blah blah in the comments section. I will be dropping videos with all my gaming settings of all the games that I use and everything that I've been playing with this set to on and how I got it set up. My G in the comment section that was asking me about Madden. Madden never looked better, my G. Madden never looked better, and I'm a Madden player. So that video's on the way. If you're new here, like up, subscribe. I got more videos coming. Till the next time. Hey guys, I almost ended the video without actually going over the issue on the Xbox Series X. So I'm actually going to throw this in the video real quick before we end it, and then we're going to officially end the video. But this is where Vizio was putting out firmware updates and, on Reddit, and Mike Wood at Vizio was basically responding to people in the Reddit feed, and this is just some of the feedback. All right. But this guy right here, he basically games on PC. He also has a PS5. He uses NVIDIA and AMD cards, right? And as of October, right? October, this is how far long ago this was. He says, after Mike shared his 4K 120 hertz working perfectly on his NVIDIA GPU, I decided to do a complete reinstallation of Windows 11 to try and isolate the possibility that something else was causing my frame skip issues. All right, so basically he did a clean reinstall of Windows 11, and he was happy to report that 4K 120 hertz 12-bit RGB is working perfectly with variable refresh rate and game low latency set to on. All right, after a fresh reinstall of Windows. So basically this new firmware that they put out for the gamers, this person right here is reporting that everything's been fixed. He's getting full range 12-bit RGB in 4K 120 hertz. So the Vizio TVs are full spec HDMI 48 gigabits. All right, full spec, and we've gotten the firmware updates, and these guys that game on PC are reporting that this stuff is working. All right, now even though I don't game on PC, I do read this stuff. All right, I do read it because some of this could affect me in some type of way. So when something's working for them, it makes me feel more confident about the things that I'm seeing that's working, and things that I'm having issues with, I'm actually able to go in here, read what other people are saying, and cross-examine what I'm dealing with. So right here, he was basically saying, let me find it. Let me find this one part that he was talking about. All right, this was his most recent thing that he posted. All right, he said, update fixed some of the issues with the TV. There's a few UI tweaks, settings now save 4K 120 hertz plus VRR working properly without frame skipping in HDR mode, in non-HDR mode on both AMD and NVIDIA. Though I had to fresh install Windows for NVIDIA to work properly. That's what we just read. Now this right here, text at 4K 120 hertz now appears correctly without red and green outlines. All right, without red and green outlines. This is the issue that's on the Xbox Series X. And I'm going to show you guys that very quickly, as when you use full color 444 on the Xbox Series X, there's red and green or red and blue looking outlines on the text. So just like we did on the PS5 when I got all the way up on the screen, you can actually see this. If you're sitting at a normal distance from the TV, you can't actually see the red and green outlines. But in some games, these red and green outlines show up in the game where you're actually seeing like full red and green outlines. So they got this fixed on PC. So I'm actually gonna put a feed in here about what I'm dealing with the Xbox Series X. Basically, I'm having the same issue as this person, well, that they used to have with the red and green outlines. And hopefully we can get that fixed, because if we get that fixed, man, this TV is just, I mean, it's just beastly. All right, so the games do look good at full color 444, but this red and green outline thing, you do see this on the Xbox Series X, and you do not see it on the PS5. All right, and some other people in here were reporting seeing a pink line on the left side of the screen, like some kind of laser line. I had people in my comments section actually telling me, did I have this issue? And I have not had this issue at all until recently. So everybody that hit me up in the comment section that was talking about some kind of pink weird looking line on the side of the screen, when I enabled 4K 120 hertz full color 444 on some games, I do get this weird pink line on the side of the screen. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. When I try to reproduce it to put it on camera to show you guys, I can't make it happen. And then if I'm just playing a game, I'll notice it. I'll go to get my camera, and it really depends. Like sometimes if you're in a game, it depends on, you know, you could be panning and see it, or you might be, I don't know what's causing it. When it happens, it comes and goes. So I finally actually got to see that issue that you guys have been telling me about with the pink line. So I'm going to put that in here as well. And hopefully we can get it fixed. I'm going to put a very nice little, thing in this feed about the issues with the Xbox Series X. And hopefully we could get it fixed just like this person on PC. Because obviously this person says that text at 4K 120 hertz now appears correctly without red and green outlines. All right, so I'm going to switch over to the TV very quickly just to demonstrate what this person is describing, and this is exactly what's going on with the Xbox Series X now. You won't see this sitting at a normal seating distance, but in some games, if there's fine lines, you'll actually see green lines. All right. Not every game, but I do see it in games, especially like Mortal Kombat 11. I'm going to show y'all that real quick, and then we're going to end the video. All right, guys, we're on the Xbox Series X. Like I said, we're on the Xbox Series X, and full color 444, 120 hertz HDR. I mean, it's absolutely amazing on the TVs, guys. But this is the issue. All right, if you look at these letters, right? Look at these letters, you could see that there's a like red outline on all of the letters. So it's kind of like overshooting. All right, and we're in full color 444. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to turn it off. And you'll see that that overshoot on the text, it disappears. All right, so if I turn it on, you'll see those colors overshooting. Like it's like blue and red on the letters. And like I said, at a normal sitting distance, you can't see this, but people that use PCs and are gaming on like monitors, they're sitting really close to their screen. So this was an issue for them, and they were reporting this on their they're reporting this on their on the Reddit feed. All right. So I mean, this is about it really. If I turn this off, you'll see that, you know, that's how it should look. It shouldn't have any overshoot from the lettering. But on the TV at a normal distance, you really won't notice this. Now, in some games, you will notice some green pixels for some reason. And I'm going to take some pictures of those. It's not every game, but on some games, you get these like green pixels. And I can't reproduce that pink line. So I don't know how often it's happening to you guys with the pink line on the screen. It's not happening to me as often as it's happening to y'all, but I did see it. I will report on it and mention it in the Reddit feed, but this is the issue that I just talked about on the PC that those guys were complaining about, that red outline on the text. But other than that, guys, I mean, Full Color 444 is absolutely amazing. All right, so again, thanks for stopping through. I got more videos on the way, and I will start posting all of my games with all my individual settings in Full Color 444 on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. And there are some games that I do use 422 on, but I'll get into that as well. But again, guys, thanks for stopping by. Till the next video.